Good evening to Philhellenes, Greeks, Cypriots, and members of the Hellenic diaspora the world over. I'm Eraklis Diamataris, and I welcome you to this week's edition of the National Herald's Happenings of the Week. Let's take a look at some of the week's top stories as reported by our newsroom. Russia's unjustified invasion of Ukraine has tragically taken a new turn, as the first major Ukrainian city of Kherson has fallen to Vladimir Putin's armed forces. Putin has become increasingly irritated and desperate in the face of unforeseen bravery and competence from Ukraine's defense forces and the civilian population alike. With logistical challenges, heavy casualties, and unprecedented dissension back in Russia, Vladimir Putin has now turned his artillery and air force onto the civilian population of Ukraine in a bid to break their resolve to defend their homeland, resulting in hundreds of civilian deaths, and that number, unfortunately, is rising every day. Meanwhile, the sanctions imposed by the West, designed to cripple the Russian economy, have sent the Russian ruble's value tumbling, and oligarchs in Putin's inner circle are seeing their assets getting snatched up around the world. The fear is that the more Vladimir Putin is with his back against the wall, the more brutal he will instruct Russia's military to be on Ukrainians, and the specter of nuclear weapons being used theoretically increases. With the first full week of the war in the books, hopes for a diplomatic resolution, unfortunately, are fading. His Eminence Archbishop Elpidoforos was conferred an honorary doctorate by the Department of Greek Philology at the Diamataris University of Thrace at a ceremony held on campus in Komotini on March the 2nd. In his speech entitled "The Ecumenical Patriarchate as a Body of Peace and Mutual Understanding Between People and Cultures," the Archbishop addressed the crisis in Ukraine, reaffirming solidarity with Ukrainians and announcing a major fundraising effort to help those most affected by the Russian invasion. The Go Arch Ukrainian Relief Fund, established in collaboration with the International Orthodox Christian Charities, aims to raise $1 million for both immediate and long-term support of the Ukrainian people. Amidst rising death tolls and chilling images coming out of Ukraine, the Ukrainian diaspora in the United States and around the world continues to let their compatriots back home know that they are with them in spirit and solidarity. Let's take a look at a gathering of more than 100 Ukrainians and friends of Ukraine on the steps of the Holy Ghost Ukrainian Catholic Church in Brooklyn, New York. While denouncing Russia's all-out invasion of Ukraine as being without reason, Greek Prime Minister Kyriakos Mitsotakis said it vindicated his new democracy's government strategy of bolstering the national defense arsenal of Greece. That was a thinly veiled shot at Turkey's repeated provocations and violations of Greek airspace and waters with fighter jets and warships, and President Recep Tayyip Erdogan coveting Greek islands near Turkey's coast. Mitsotakis, speaking to his cabinet, referred to Russia's attempt to rewrite history to Erdogan, doing the same in rejecting the 1923 Treaty of Lausanne that set the modern-day borders of Greece and Turkey. As the world attempts to return to some semblance of normalcy, a big step was taken by Minister of Tourism Vasilis Kikilias when he announced on Thursday that as of March 15th, visitors to Greece will no longer have to submit a passenger locator form, or PLF. The move was made after a review of policy conducted by the Ministry of Health. These have been the happenings of the week by the National Herald Ethnikos Kyrikas. Thank you for watching. See you next week for a brand new episode. Until then, take care.